Welcome to our next lesson. Today's lesson will be about the controls of the car. We have covered the cockpit drill, so I'll briefly mention about the controls of the car. First of all, we'll start with the foot controls, okay? Can you see the 3 pedals there?
Yeah.
Yep, okay. Now, we'll start from one on the right. Do you know what that is?
It's the gas pedal.
Okay. We will call it the gas. Mechanically, it is called the accelerator. Now, what does the accelerator do?
Move the car forward.
Move the car. Basically, if you press it, it will go faster. If you decrease or go off the pressure, it will slow down. Okay. So the main function of the gas or the accelerator, that it will make the car go faster. Now you use that pedal with your right feet.
Okay.
And right feet only, and you don't push it very hard. You push it down gently. You push it down gently. Now let's move on to the brake pedal, as you can see in this diagram here as well. Yeah. Now, which is the brake pedal? Show me with your feet.
It's the one in the middle.
Okay. Now, which feet do you use to brake?
The left foot.
The left feet. Oh, you sure you use the left feet?
Yeah.
You use the right feet. Yeah.
Okay.
So both the gas pedal and the brake pedal, you use it with the right feet. Now, what is the function of the brake?
It's to stop the car.
It's to stop the car or slow it down.
Yeah.
Now again, you push it down gently. Just push it down gently for me once. You push it down gently, okay?
Yeah.
You don't suddenly kick it down or slam it down.
Yeah.
You always push it down gently. Now, I mentioned it again.
Yeah.
You use it with the right feet. Now, put your feet on the brake.
Yeah.
And if you can move your feet to the gas.
Yeah.
Okay? And then swivel it back to the brake.
Yeah.
Okay, try and look ahead. So you have a mental picture in your head where these two pedals are. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't want to be looking down while you're driving. What would happen?
You're distracted off the road. And
you go and hit something basically.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Now let's talk about the clutch. Which is the clutch?
The one on the far left.
Yeah. Now in this picture, it's showing you here the clutch. Now, the clutch you use with the left feet and left feet only.
Okay.
Okay, push the clutch down for me. Push it down. Okay, then slowly let it up. Slowly let it up. Okay. Now, the clutch you use with the left feet and left feet only. Do you know what the clutch does?
Allows you to change gears.
Okay, good. Basically, you do 3 things with the clutch. Number 1, to move off.
Okay.
Number 2, to change gear. Number 3, you push the clutch down just before you stop.
Okay.
Okay. Now I'll quickly mention the function of the clutch. What the clutch does is it engages and disengages the engine from the drive. Okay. So when you put the clutch down, the clutch, I'll very quickly mention, is made up of 2 plates. So imagine my hands are 2 plates. At the moment they're like this, they're together. Now one plate is connected to the engine. So the hand on my right is connected to the engine, and one is connected to the wheels. So my left hand is connected to the wheels. When you start the engine, what happens? The engine plate turns. It goes in circle. Okay. Now when you put the clutch down, what happens? The 2 plates separate, and between that you, let's say, put into first gear. As you let the clutch up, what happens? These 2 plates will reconnect together again. Okay. Now if you're in first gear, what you have to do, you put the clutch down and then you let it up slowly. As the plates come together, the engine will start to vibrate. When it starts vibrating, this is known as the biting point. This is when the car will move forward. So you keep your feet still at the biting point while it's vibrating. You look around and you release the handbrake, and you keep your feet still at the biting point. You don't let it up, in other words, and the car will slowly move forward. As you move forward, you let the clutch up fully and slowly, and the 2 plates will close down, engage together again, and then the engine plate will turn the wheel plate, and as you put the gas on, the accelerator on, the car will begin to move faster. But we don't want to get too deep into the mechanism. With practice, you will understand more about the clutch. Let's move on to the hand controls. So if you look here, this is known as the handbrake. This is known as the
Handbrake.
handbrake. Do you know what the handbrake does?
Stops the car.
It secures the car.
Okay.
So for example, we have the handbrake on now. Now if we leave the car with the handbrake off and somebody pushes it, they can take it forward. But if you put the handbrake on, they can't push it forward. Another thing is if you're on a hill, uphill or downhill, you must put the handbrake on. This is also known as the parking brake.
Okay.
Okay, so if you're on uphill or downhill, you would actually put it on, so that will keep it in one place.
Secure.
Yeah, so you will keep it secure. It is very simple. Press the foot brake lightly. Okay, and if you could release the handbrake for me. Well done. Put it down all the way, and then to put it on, you press the button, and you take it up. Let go of the button, and it's on.
Okay.
So it's very simple. Yeah. Now we'll move on to the gears. We'll move on to the gears. Okay. Now as you can see in this picture, we have a picture of the gear, and you can see here as well. This particular gear has 5 forward gears to go forward. 1 to go
reverse.
Reverse. Good man. Okay. Now, do you know what the first gear does?
Is to move the car.
It actually moves the car. Now, if I break it down for you, the first gear is like an elephant.
Okay.
It will give you a lot of strength, but it won't give you speed. So if you're going up a hill, you need that first gear. So what will happen when you start driving in first gear, let's say when it goes to 10-15 miles an hour, the engine will make a bit of noise. So the engine will tell you that it wants second gear now. So second gear, once you put it in second gear, you'll drive from 10 to, let's say, 20-25 miles an hour. Then it will make more noise. That means it wants third gear. Now the second gear acts like a camel to give you a bit of power and bit of speed.
Okay.
Third gear will act like a horse to give you speed and bit of power as well. Fourth gear is like a cheetah. It will run freely. And fifth gear is like a, what do you call it? It's like a plane. It will cruise.
Okay.
Now we'll learn more about the gears as we go along. We'll quickly move into the steering wheel. Hold the steering wheel for me. Okay. Imagine that is like a clock. So where would 12 be?
Here.
12. Where would 12 o'clock be? If it's a clock here. Okay. And where would 10 be?
Here.
Here. And where would 3 be?
Around here.
Okay. And where would 2 be?
Right here.
Right here. So basically you hold it at the 2:45 position or the 10 to 2 position, whatever you find comfortable, and you steer with both hands. Okay, as you can see in this picture, that you steer with both hands. Okay, as we drive, we will learn more about the steering and how you should steer. We'll quickly move on to the so we have covered the foot controls, we've done the hand controls. We will move on to the minor control. Hold the steering wheel for me. Stick your left hand fingers out. Push that, stick out 2 more fingers. Push that down. It's telling people you're going to go left. And then push it up. Push it up again. It's telling people you're going to go to the right. Switch it off. This will actually go off by itself. Once you've done the turn and you've straightened up, it will go off by itself. This is known as the indicators. Okay, we'll move on to the other minor controls. Now, as you can see, there's a dial here, yeah?
Yep.
This tells you the revolutions per minute, the engine speed. Okay? There's a digital clock there. It tells you the mileage, the traveling speed of the car. It tells you. So at the moment it's in 0, but once you start moving, you go to 10, 20 and so on. Also, it has mileage on the car there. It shows we've done 17,117 miles on this car so far. And then it tells you can reset the mileage. So if you want to go to, let's say, Leicester, you can reset and see how much you traveled. So at the moment, this week we've driven 266 miles. Then you've got the analog speedometer there. Can you see? Yeah, so that tells you the speed also. Then there's some symbols there. One is a battery. Once you start the engine, the battery should go off. Then you've got another orange light, which is the motor.
Okay.
That should go off as well. Then you've got the seatbelt sign there. Can you see?
Yeah.
Once you put the seat belt on, that will go off. Then you got another round, which is for the parking brake. Once you take that off, that will go off. So once you start the engine and you start driving, all the lights should be going off. If any of the lights come on, let's say the seat belt or the battery light or the motor light, that means there's a problem with the car. Especially the battery light or the orange motor light or the round handbrake or the parking brake sign, then you need to see a mechanic.
Okay.
Obviously the seat belt light, once you put the seat belt on, it should go off.
Yeah.
But if it comes on while you have the seat belts on, that means there's problem with the sensor, so you need to see a mechanic. Now if you move to the right, there's a dial there which tells you how much fuel there is.
Yeah.
Okay, and then there's a dial here which tells you the temperature of the engine. Now normally it should be in the middle, but if it goes to the red area, there's problem with the engine coolant or something, or the radiator, so you need to see a mechanic.
Okay.
Now also I'd like to show you, so I've mentioned feet controls, hand controls, I've mentioned minor controls, I'll mention the dual controls as well. They're here at the moment.
Yep.
The instructor's dual control. Now you're in safe hands. I have a brake and I have a clutch. If you need help, I will help you, and I can control the car from here as well. I am a professional, so do not worry about anything else. Obviously we have visual controls are your windscreen there, okay, which you look ahead, and other controls that we have not covered today as we go along with our driving.